What's going on, everybody? It is Ian here with Miller Garage, and today we're going to talk about polishing a little bit, but we're going to talk about equipment maintenance. So you've finished polishing your Airstream, it looks amazing, and you have your buffer, and if you want it to continue to serve you for many years, it's good to take care of it. So we're going to show you how to disassemble and clean your polisher, whether you're doing Airstreams or any other type of polishing, and you're using a rotary style buffer. We're going to show you how to take those apart and clean it, and specifically the DeWalt, they're all pretty much similar or the same design basically. So this applies to the Makitas and some of the other ones as well out there. But we're going to show you how to take that apart, clean it up, and put it back together to keep it in working order for many years to come. So in addition to knowing how to use the polisher, we also need to maintain and clean our polishers regularly. If you're only doing this once, it's maybe not as critical. With high use, we end up cleaning these, I would say probably every 2 to 3 trailers we polish. It's not a bad idea to do it after every one, but in a shop like this, I mean, we have like 3 of these polishers going, so we kind of rotate, so it's not getting as much use as if you just have one. And so we're going to show you guys how to tear this down, how to clean it, get all of that compound and stuff that gets inside of it out of there, and make sure that it stays in good condition. So first we're going to take off the wheel, just to get it out of the way. And our safety flanges that go on the extension, tightening that. And then the first thing we're going to do is take the head of the polisher off, and there's these 4 screws here that hold it on, and they are a Torx bit. I believe it's a T20, but let me just double check. Yes, that is a T20 Torx, and I'm just gonna pop these out. Make sure you don't lose those. This will come loose, and you're just going to remove that. And then here you see the electric motor, the coil pack, all that kind of stuff. And as you can tell, there's a lot of compound and dust and stuff that gets in here. And if that builds up too much, it is possible for that to actually catch on fire, which will, as you can imagine, destroy your polisher. And you're actually, it's better to do this before you pull that out. I got ahead of myself, but you pull the brushes out of the side. Yeah, man. So these are important. Pull those out, and then this is basically just the other part of the motor. You got the outer windings in there, and this is as far as I generally break it down. It is possible to take it in half, so as you can see, this thing has a short cord on it. We've had 2 of these, actually 3, where in the process of polishing, it's grabbed the cord and ripped it out of the bottom. And so we've had to take apart the polisher, and actually we just shortened it and reattached everything inside there so as to salvage it. It's not destroyed if you rip the cable out of the back of it. And you can do a little bit more cleaning in there if you want. The only thing is you got to be careful, because there's a lot more stuff that can kind of just like fall out of there if you take this part apart, and you don't want that. Can't remember, does this? Yeah. So there's this little separator here that comes apart, and you can just see how much stuff is just coming out of there, and you can see all that in there. So it's a real good idea to clean this stuff out. So now that we have it in these parts, we're going to take it out back and use an air compressor and an air blower and just blow as much stuff out of there as we can, and then we'll come back and use acetone to just kind of wipe some stuff down, and that generally gets it where it needs to be, and so we'll do that right now. Sorry. See how much is coming out of there. It's generally not a bad idea to wear your mask when you're doing this, because as you can see, there's a whole bunch of crap that comes flying out of there. So that looks pretty good. It's a lot cleaner in there. You can see it's quite a bit cleaner in there. We'll still wipe it some, especially this stuff around the outside. We'll just wipe that off and wipe the whole body of it down. See, there's so much buildup on all of this stuff. See, a lot of it, especially in this, it's really kind of caked on there, so we will need to wipe it and clean it with a solvent. As we can get a lot of the big stuff off it. Okay, so now we're going to use actually some brake cleaner. You can use acetone as well, but this is just a little bit easier that it's in a spray form. And you can see it just cleans everything off real well. Alright, and I don't generally go for perfect on it, just want it to be mostly cleaned up. Clean this little disc piece. That's good to go. Just a little bit. All right. And there it is, just like new. So now we're ready to go back together, and we need to first install this, and there's these little grooves in the side of the head of this that this slots into. Like that, and we get it pressed in there, and then the whole motor head goes in. And then from there, we install the brushes. So these just slide. You can see there's that little square spot, and it'll just slide into that, and then it slide. Oh, those coming apart. We should take these off. All right, and then this is probably the trickiest part, but just kind of gotta slide that back in. other side. Like stay in position. Just tighten those up. And you are good to go. All clean and ready for many more years of service. Alright, so now that your polish is clean, you're good to go. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment, all of that good stuff. Also, you can get polishing stuff from us on our website. The links are below for all of our Renegade polishing stuff. We got wheels, rouges, all that kind of stuff. Additionally, if you want to learn how to polish, you can check out our course on Airstream. It is super in-depth. We show every single little detail. We go into all the different stages, the stuff we use, all of that good stuff. It is a really amazing course. I'm super proud of how that came out, so go check that out, and we will see you next time.